Shanti, Shanti. Om, may Brahman protect us both, the teacher and the student, equally. May he enable us to share the benefit of the learning equally. May we be equally strong to grasp the meaning of the learning. May the learning be equally fruitful to us. May we never be jealous of each other. Peace, peace, peace. Okay, so what we talked about last time, who can recapitulate? Was here. Someone should recapitulate what we read. Hmm? No, nothing. Huh?
Talking about sense organs, the mind is above the sense organs,
Hmm.
and intellect is above the mind, and ego is above the intellect.
Okay.
And then we have the self.
Hmm.
Good.
So the discussion was going on that if there is Brahman, if there is Atman, if there is a truth, then you have to realize it here and now. Before this body falls off, it is your responsibility to realize the truth. If you don't realize the truth before your death, what is the guarantee of your attaining to heaven or permanent peace? Vedanta says, have it here and now. And then he said, the beauty of experiencing here, that your experience will be so tangible and concrete, like you see your face in the front of a mirror, Belgium mirror, face mirror. And if you don't, you go to the plane of your forefathers, there are different planes of existence after death. There you will see, even if you realize God, it is impossible to realize God there, but you will see that as if you are seeing that like in a dream. And further, if you go into the plane of the artists or singers or musicians, that's a different plane, higher plane. But there you will go and you will see that your reflection, as you see in your reflection in the lake or pool, that is hazier. It is becoming concrete to hazier and hazier and hazier. And even if you go to the highest plane of Brahmaloka, there also you will find that you are seeing yourself like a chaya. And why people are so much far away? Why not come closer? I feel comfortable. So it's closer is better. So much seat is there. Sit here and sit. Enter inside. Huh? Yeah. Be closer. That's all. That's all. Sit here, there. Ah. So this is the point, that how to feel closeness. That's the point we are talking about. Experiencing the truth as close proximity as you can. So when your senses are strong, your eyes are powerful, your mind is aware, your intellect is functioning, to that experience is something. And when you have no physical body, your physical senses are gone, so intensity will be less and less. That is the way. And then he said that the cosmic self which is inside, or Brahman, is all pervasive. That is the last verse we read. And it is all pervasive, it is formless. And knowing it, you know everything. If anyone knows it, that's called the person becomes liberated from all types of ignorance and bondage, death and birth, cycle of birth and death. That was page 170. And it attains immortality here itself. But now comes the question that the goal of life is to know this one, own identity with this Supreme Self. Or what is the Vedanta teaches? That we are disidentified, we are misidentified with the body and mind. Therefore, with the death of body or mind, with the emotions, with this high and low, we are always getting affected. So if we can realize this self, then what will happen? That you will attain freedom. But this goal of life is the identity of the Brahman. But how to know that? It is not so easy to see, to experience that reality which is our essential nature. Though we read these books, intellectually we may have some understanding, but it is really difficult to achieve that goal. So how to do that? That's why they will discuss this, that it is not an object of your seeing. Normally in spiritual life, most of us think that spiritual life is seeing something. Oh, I have a vision. Vision is good, but the vision means that you are still there. A view. You are there, you saw something. So that means still the separation with the divine and you is still there. It is to be accepted as a logical conclusion. So that's why it is said it is very difficult not to fix the goal of life as darshan, vision, but to experience. Experience means you put the item in your tongue and it experience and it melts in your tongue. It becomes you. That's the experience. The thing is there, your tongue is here, good food is there, tongue is here. It will not get connected and there is no joy, there is no experience. Experience of seeing is there. You saw something, but you don't experience it. So experience means to make it absorb in your own personality. You lose your identity into that reality. So this is very important point. The vision is not the goal of a Vedanta student. Vision may be inspirational. It may give you boosting that you are in the right track. Your mind is becoming purer and purer. That's why you are moving in a higher realm of experience, not in the physical level, but in a purer state of mind you can see something. But Vedanta never emphasizes that is the end of life. That is the goal of life. Goal of life is to you become one with the truth. There should be no separation. So this is a real Vedanta, that's a Aparaksha Anubhuti. That book you read, Swami Sarvadevananda giving classes. Aparaksha Anubhuti. What does it mean? Anubhuti means Anubhuti means experience. Aparaksha means not through any sense media. It is here you are seeing through eyes. In your dream you see through your mind. This eye does not function. So in purer state of your mind, you see gods, goddesses, angels. That's a pure mind, but mind is still there. Through the media of the mind. So long the trace of mind is there, you can have some seeing. But experiencing is not. You dissolve into that. Ramakrishna's example, this salt doll will go to fathom the ocean, and as it goes into the water, into the level, it melts down. It melts and melts. What becomes of it? It becomes the ocean. So that is the experience, means it is that separation is totally lost. And you know, our highest joy in life when we unite, not in a separation. So in spiritual life also, the personality who is struggling to reach the goal, and when that identity drops off me, then it merges into that. There is a story of the Rumi story, you all know. Rumi, the Sufi mystics, There are experience. There's a stop. The beloved and lover. There's a beautiful story. The beloved came and is knocking at the door. Inside voice goes, "Who are you?" "I." The door does not open. Hmm. Then he said, "Who?" "I am such and such." "No, it does not open." When you say it's me, then the door opens. There is no I know you, it is me. It's the highest Vedantic truth expressed in the language of the poetry as also in mystic language. So it is union, total. That is the difference between me and the world, me and Brahman, me and the truth, my consciousness, your consciousness, and the consciousness of the university, all will dissolve. And that is the goal. And how to reach that? That is the point. Hrida, Manasha, Manisha, Manasha Viklipta. That is by the pure concentrated mind. Heart of only one in the mind is pure. In a pure heart. And in the heart. Why it is heart, not in the brain? Brain is intellect. Your so-called mind. Sorry, we get mixed up when we talk Eastern spiritual truth with Western mind. We always make this mistake. Indian spiritual text, actually we mean mind here means this one. But Westerns, people like you, whenever I say mind, your is going in here. You were thinking it is actually intellect. No. Here, mind is that function where you experience. It is not actually intellect, but it is the feeling center. You experience all your joys, all your sufferings, all your pains, all your emotions. Where? Not here. Not any other part of the body, but in the heart. That's why it is to be meditated in the heart. That's why the verse says, let us chant the verse first and then we'll go to the meaning. Nashandrishe, Nashandrishe, Tishtati Rupamasya, Tishtati Rupamasya, Nachakshusha, Pashyati, Kaschanainam, Nachakshusha, Pashyati, Kaschanainam. Rida Manasha, page 171. Rida Manisha, Manasha Viklipto, Rida Manisha, Manasha Avikripto, Yayetad Viduhu, Yayetad Viduhu, Amritaste Bhavanti, Amritaste Bhavanti. Is one of the beautiful verse in the Upanishad. Nasandrishe tishtati rupamasya, Nasandrishe tishtati rupamasya, Nachakshusha pashyati kaschanainam, Nachakshusha. Say, everyone can say, I am saying. Repeat. You will be telling Sanskrit, though you have no books, matter little. You can chant with me. Nachakshusha, Nachakshusha, Pashyati, Kaschanainam, Kaschanainam, Reda Manisha, Reda Manisha, Manasha Aviklipta, Manasha Aviklipta, Yaitat Viduhu, Yaitat Viduhu, Amritaste Bhavanti, Amritaste Bhavanti. So, Nasandishe tishtati rupam. Asya means of this. Asya rupasya. The divine form of this. This means this Brahman, this Atman, this pure self, this stainless nature of our divine self. This Asya rupasya, this form of the Atman and the Brahman, no sandrishe. It is not easy to see. Drisha means to see it by chakshusha. Na tishtati rupam asya. So you cannot see its form. Asya rupam sandrishe now. tishtati. Is not an object of vision, you cannot see it. No kaschana by anybody. Chakshusha pashyanti. No one have seen with the physical eye this divine self, this divine Brahman. But everyone have how? Na chakshusha pashyati kaschanena. No one was capable, or no one ever in this world have been successful in pashyati, seeing, pashyan, chakshusha by the eyes. But how much these eyes can show you? Your eyes are so limited. You go in the middle of the big field, rice field or paddy field or anywhere, you see the horizon. Your eyes does not exactly go to the horizon. You suppose you are sitting in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. How much your eyes will see? Go. You cannot think of that much. So, chakshusha, by these eyes, napashyati. It cannot be seen. But how then? You are asking, that is the goal of life? And you say, no, not by chakshusha, not by roop. I cannot see in any form of it. Well, these are the tools through which see things. We see through the eyes, eyeballs, the object there, and a limited object. But you cannot see that. Then how can I experience? You are saying that is the goal of life. Are you talking something absurd and asking me to unnecessarily read this book and spend that hour in thinking about Brahman, Atman and useless talk? Well, no. It can be by Hrida, Manisha. Hrida is mean, you see, Hrida, Manisha, in the heart with the help of the mind here means pure understanding, pure analysis, pure analysis. You analyze first. Is this name and form everything? Or what is the constituent element in this name and form? What is the constitution of all the waves and ripples you see in the ocean? Is it H2O? Is it ocean water? First understand that and then contemplate in the heart. First you understand intellectually. That's why spiritual life, Vedanta is the most acceptable religion, or if you call religion, by intellectual people as also rational people. Those who don't want to trust on what some book says. First, satisfy your intellect. Whether it means something, yes. Is it infinite? Then how can you see the finite, infinite, through the finite tools through which your body, mind and intellect is created? But you can do that with the intellect being pure. Ramakrishna said, pure intellect. Shuddha man, Shuddha buddhi. Ramakrishna said, pure mind and pure intellect. And he has said it is equal to pure Satchidananda, pure Atman, pure self, the capital self. So, with the pure intellect, with the help of pure intellect, manasa, how will you have it? By manana, reflecting day and night, thinking. You should be passionate. You should be feeling the inadequacy with that of life without this. That means you should be passionate to understand, is that true or is not? So I remind of one story of a monk who was staying in the Himalayas that time and was a Advaita Vedanta student. So he was analyzing first. He is a long time Vedanta student and practicing for years. Then he is intellectually thinking, everything, this is not that I am seeing through my eyes. This is not that I am touching. This is limited. So what is that? Is that truth? Or it is just imagination? And he really became so engrossed into the thought that he felt that he will have to understand it. And day and night it possessed his whole understanding. And in the night time he is analyzing that way, daytime he is analyzing that way. And 3 days he could not sleep, could not forget. He is eating, sleeping. That's why it's called you should be mad for the truth. Nothing happens in life without this madness. In our physical world, the success in our life, you see, who are the successful people in life? Who are mad for their object to achieve, no? People are doing scientific research. Those who are doing lavishly singing, dancing, eating, and then okay, research is going on. That you find that they're going on for years and years and years and years. Those who become mad with that, huh, they get the quickest result. And it does not come unless that madness. So spiritual life also that. That's why Ramakrishna is called mad. Mad or crazy. Crazy means what? It's too much excessive in one-sided. So that he became. And then he felt that I cannot continue this way. 3 days I have not eaten anything, I cannot sleep, I cannot talk to anybody. This is possessed like a ghost in me. Is that real or this is the reality I am seeing? And then by God's grace, because of his madness, the purity of the heart came and splash moment. He had the experience. And he said that solved all the mystery of my life, all the questioning. That's why the Upanishad says, realizing that all the knots of your heart will be cut asunder, and the doubts will go forever. No question. I see it, I feel it, I experience it. So that happened. So that's why it should be constant thinking, means reflecting. Constant analysis. Constant analysis, what is permanent, what is not, what is appearance. And this appearance is changing, changing, changing. But the constituent of this appearance is not. The H2O is not changing. The shape and size of the wave is changing. Sometimes small wave, ripple becomes big wave, reduce. These are all happening in the shape and size of the objects of the ripple or wave. But the constituent element, H2O, is always the same. It is nothing but H2O. Nothing has entered there. So, Satchidananda is the constituent element in our every being and wherever we see. Though it is not perceivable in this impure mind, this Upanishad is suggesting, Rida, by your very sharp, pure intellect, Manisha, by your contemplating again and again on this Abhiklipto, it is revealed in your heart. Jayetad Vidu, and revealed to whom it is revealed. Jayetad Viduhu, those who experience this. Vidu means knowing. But again, don't use the term knowing. Knowing means, again, you remain there. You know something. Know or known. The language is very confusing. So don't use any language. That's the point. If you can. But we cannot. That's why we will have to use some language. The Upanishad, that's why you're using some language. Saying don't do this and again saying themselves. Otherwise, how we will understand? That's why you say, Jayetad Viduhu. Here you have to explain, understand, he who realizes this truth in the pure mind. How? It is Vedanta. See how in a nutshell the whole philosophy has been embedded here. What is Vedanta? Vedanta is thou art that. How to reach that? Not going to pilgrimage, not taking dip in the Ganga, not fasting, not taking vegetarian food, not saying, oh, I don't touch the garlic, not that. It may help you, but not. That's not the direct cause. Then what? By what? By only experiencing, by reflecting. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. 3 principles of Vedanta. Vedanta is so simple, but people make it too much complicated. 3 things to be in spiritual practice. But we are happy if someone gives a talk, 32 points of spirituality. We like that. Oh my God, 1 point. Oh, the next point. I hear, but my lecture, no one listens in the YouTube or anywhere. I do not know who has given that or not. But what I see, When I talked on 10 points on mind or something like that, though I have not finished that talk, I heard that that is, at least few people have seen that. Few thousands have seen. And my God, because it is the mind and it says 10 steps. And they are saying 3 steps. Don't remember many things. Only 3 points. Listen, hear. That's when you hear, reflect, say, is it so? Is it so? Is it so? And then that's it. Finish. These are the 3 points. Who listens to the 3 points? 30 points, 40 points.
What is the second? Shravana?
Manana.
What is Manana?
Reflecting. Yeah, you are asking this question also. You know. Manana means reflecting. What we hear, that means we are discussing. And then when you are alone, really, do delve on it. Is it so? Can I not see? Why can I not see God? Why can I not see Brahman? What is the problem? What we are discussing now, you reflect on that again and again and again, and the doubts of the mind or the cobwebs of the mind will go away, and the cloud will be wiped out, wiped out, wiped out, and Sravana Manana, and then deep contemplation on that truth. As I just gave the example, maddening conception, mood will come. I cannot live without that experience. And then in a flash, it will come when the mind is just ready, mind is just transparent. A mind means your understanding, your intellect, everything becomes pure. So, Sravana Manana, this is the direction given. Hrida Manisha, Manasha Viklipto. They see, they will go to that translation. You see Manasha, Hrida, in the heart. You meditate in the heart, no? How? Hrida Manisha, Manisha with the help of the pure intellect. You exercise your brain. Try to understand the reality and unreal. What is permanent? What is impermanent? Here, but focus. What is the real then? And focus there. Manisha, Manasha, with a constant thinking. Yes, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am not the mind, not the body, not this. I am Chidananda Rupa. I am. Go on, day and night. Be mad with this one thought. And then what will happen? Avikrita, the truth will be revealed. Like when the clouds go away, the sun comes out. We say sun comes out. Sun does not come out. Sun was there. Rather, clouds came and clouds wiped out. Our ignorance covered our vision, and that's why we didn't understand. And when ignorance disappeared, then we see the truth. So, and Jayetad Vidu, anyone, he's not saying man, women, Indian, American, Russian, Chinese, nothing. Anyone, etar. Whoever Viduhu experiences this, what becomes of them? The Amrita Bhavanti. They become immortal. Immortal means mortal. This is mortal. Mortal means what? It has the birth, it has the growth, it has disease, it has decay. 6 changes of the body. Asti, Jayate, Bardhate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Mrityu. Our body goes to the cycle of the 6 changes. Asti means when we are in mother's womb, it's only existence, but no one knows that. No? Asti. Jayate, then you are born, the second change. Then you bardhate, then you grow. The child is growing. Then you reach your adulthood. Then you mature, then go the downstream this way. Then you become old. Bardhate, viparinamate, and then apakshiyate, you are losing your eyesight, losing the hearing, losing this, heart is troubling, this kidney is creating trouble, and this pancreas, this, that, all weakening, and one day, boom, death. So this body has its 6 changes. But he who is in the body, he does not change. He says the I, when the baby was I. When the adult, I. When he mature little, I. There is no gender in that I, neither he or neither she. He only, when he identifies the male body, I say I. When I identify with my female body, that's why Hindu says you may be in previous birth, which body you do not know, you forgot. You may be male body, you may be female body. Why? You selected that, your choice. Anyhow, those are secondary point. Point is that Yah means anyone. Yah etad vidu, those who know. What they become? Amrita bhavanti. They don't become mortal anymore. They become immortal. Because this body changes, it happens in the body level. The world changes, it was with the sun. The earth, planets were within the sun. Then they split into pieces and then rotation and this and then the planets came and earth is such we are having human habitation after so many life forces changing in different forms. It is all sun. So that changes are happening in everything in creation. But that is the unchanging Amritaha. That who know, then think I am. Everything is changing, but I am untouched by the changes. And that's a great revelation, which is called the spiritual life's attainment or fulfillment of spiritual life is that to feel that everything changes, nothing happens to me. The Janaka story you remember? Janaka was the king and he had one day bad dream. In the dream he saw that he has been attacked by another king with his soldiers and chased him and defeated him in the war. And then the other king declared his head. I want his head in any position. That must be the reward. But Janaka then, just with his wife and family members, started running away in the dream. All is going in the dream. And then he saw in the dream that he is escaping one difficult situation and another difficult situation, another difficult situation. Then he has to give up the wife, child, and start running for his own protection. And he was almost caught and he is to be chopped. Because his head is declared. You bring him alive or kill him. And suddenly he dream breath. And when the dream breaks, then he is so overwhelmed with the experience of the dream. Said, he's talking like a mad guy. First, he saw his wife, queen. First question to her, is this real or is that real? She could not understand what this guy is talking about. Is this real or is that real? She could not respond anything. She didn't respond and she silently swallowed that and thinking what. The king went and sat on his throne asking all the ministers, is this real or that real? Because when he woke up, he saw that the musical, the people who sing the music in the early morning to wake up the king, the law, that is going on. So is this real or this real? And nobody could respond. So ultimately there came one sage who is called Astavakra. That sage Astavakra came and he asked him, is this real or that real? He said, oh Janaka, this is real as much as that is real. That means dream and this is a dream. This is also dream. See, yesterday's sin is no more today's sin. Yesterday's suffering, pain, joys, excitement is today's different. So this is also dream. Like last night's dream. You may have good food, you have many good friends, or you have a very bad night going through some difficult people and person. But that was past. You know now it is a dream. This is also a dream. Because this goes away when you really dream in night time or you go to sleep at night time. So if it is true, it should be all the time there. To you, you may say, oh no, I sleep, but this world remains. My bed remains the bed. No, that is not the point. Your own experience is shifting, shifting, shifting. And what is you then? Which is not shifting. Which says, I slept, I dreamt, and I was awake. That I is the unchanging self behind. So this is the verse which is giving the clue. The etat manisha avikripta. Manisha means that heart with the help of pure intellect. To think intellectually and also try to absorb what is the truth, what is rejectable, what is permanent. And knowing only or experiencing this only, you become immortal. So, the cosmic self, go to the page 171, 9. The cosmic self, the Purusha, is not an object of our vision. No one can see it by his eyes or perceive it by any other sense organs. It reveals itself in the heart only when the mind is pure and constantly thinking of it. Having realized it properly, one becomes immortal. The cosmic self referred to in this last verse is not perceived by the senses. No one can see it or experience it by any sense organ. It reveals itself in the heart when there is a great concentration of the mind and when the mind is also pure. Discarding pure means what is the mind is pure? Discarding everything else as hindrance. The intellect directs the mind to the self. That's called the pure mind. What is the pure mind? Impure mind and pure mind. Impure mind gives us the understanding the world is important. Outside is important. That's why we don't get time for meditation. You say, where is my time? I have so much duty to do. Huh? Outside is important rather than inside. Outside life is very important rather than the eternal life which is within. So here it says these are the hindrances. So you have to discard everything else. Why? Because it's as hindrance. The intellect then will, your own intellect will say, let me focus on that. You can do that on your working situation also. Whatever you are seeing, it is nothing but that consciousness. That also you can do if you are advanced. But if you are not advanced, you have to sit quietly and make it mature here and then with your eyes open to bring this idea outside. That's why there is a need of spiritual practice, meditation, sitting, finding your time every day and to contemplate on this seriously, think on this seriously and just apply it with eyes open. First with your eyes closed. First sitting alone, analyzing the reality, following the shravana, manana, nididhasana, listening, reflecting, deep contemplation. Following that, and then you open your eyes. Bring that analysis in your active life. And then make it regular practice. A point will come when the mind will bend towards that thought. Intellect will guide us into that thought, as it does for our worldly things now. How we are calculative. If we get a jam or traffic, you see that 101, the south is closed. What do? You don't sit here and say, okay, 101 is closed. What is that to me? What do? You find alternative. What is the alternative way I can go? Your urge, your sincerity, your earnestness. So that should be the thing. Those and then it will direct. If I am sincere, my brain, my mind, everything will direct me how to reach the goal. So this is Vedanta. The intellect directs the mind to the self capital. 172. The mind attains one pointedness, and then the self, which is always within, reveals itself. This revelation takes place independent of the sense organs. When the clouds move away, the sun reveals itself. It is like that. Our desires are the clouds. that hide the eternal self capital. By practicing discrimination and constantly thinking of the self capital, our desires are dispelled. These are the hindrances. Why we don't desire to know who we are. Why we are so interested to know everything of the world. In the newspaper, you go, or nowadays you go to Google. Ask for anything. Google, what is the distance from here? Okay, Siri, tell me what is this, and you get everything. You are so interested in knowing everything. Why not ask Google every day, how can I realize God? So this is the point, that we want to know everything. That is the hindrance. Why I don't want to know everything? That is important for me. This is less important. Knowing about me, who am I, why am I, is less important, rather than knowing about what the nonsense in the newspaper comes, what the nonsense people are doing in the whole world. We talk about that excitement today. No, what has happened, and call my friend, hey, did you read the newspaper today? That's more important than this information. Who are calling your friend to say, hey, did you find Brahman today? Then you said you are a crazy guy, get out. You are almost going to mental hospital. They will think that you are crazy. So really, this very important point, that who is serious about this, and we are serious more. That's the hindrance. That's an objective. Objective world is so valuable to us. That internal world, our world of joy and peace, it seems to be so insignificant. That's why we pay so much value to the outside, not here.
Why is that, Swami, that we have such a draw?
And that's true. Why? That why is very simple. Because I find joy in thinking of them. Instant gratification. There is even nothing for me but gossip. How we enjoy gossip. Gossip is like chutney. You eat, and chutney is given, you swallow. How. So, why do you are interested in gossip? Because I find instant something to spend so much time. When you talk about Brahman, it is hard, dry, I don't feel anything, I don't see anything. Yes, we can let it wait for some time. Let me finish all these things first. It is like the healthy food versus the diet which does not give you good health. Why? Because we find instant McDonald's food with high protein, high cheese, and everything given oil and this. So tasteful. You give one bite, you like to have it another bite. But you are given bland food. Put it in no taste, nothing. It is healthy. But that will make the good health. But that is not instantly gratifying to the taste. And this taste we have grown for a long time. Because our eyes are focused on the outside, ears are focused outside, our tongue is focused on the outside, all the smell, that is the outside. So Kathu said already, the Kathopanishad said, because when God created this us, they see all have been focused outside. Therefore, we get accustomed with the outside, and because of that association, we know what is instant joy. And this joy, I never tested it. It is far away from me. So who is a fool to give up the instant money you get rather than you are expecting some $1 billion sometime? That's why, because it is unknown to us, because of our long association with the senses and the sense objects. A Buddhist formula. Because of vasana. Why you are born? Because desire. When the desire comes because of your karma. What karma done? Because you desire to achieve one goal, that was your desire, and that prompted you to do this and that and that and that, and that has created complex karma cycle. And then you are suffering or you are experiencing this. So the point is that why don't we go to our own self, which is so blissful, so joyful, so relaxing, and so eternal, such eternal truth. Why? Because we are habituated, from our childhood. We are brought up, born and brought up in this civilized society we call civilized, which teaches us only to go outside. Look at the child. A child is born today. What we teach from the childhood when he's coming up? We teach them from toys, which is outside. We teach them how to play on games, fight, 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 good, good, good. Every child knows how to fight, how to kill, how to do, tick, 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 tick. But how the fire goes on there and there. So you are creating in the brain of a child what? These impressions. And he is familiar with this type of thing. As he grows, huh? And those brings instant little connection, because a habit creates your life force. Your attachment comes for that thing which you are familiar with. And then what happens? Then you get stuck into it more rather than any other thing. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, if I had one child of my own, I would have taught him in the cradle, swinging in the cradle, thou art that. Not this type of training. What we see in a civilized society's training. Only teaching to go outside. Yes, you give that because you have to survive. But that's not the goal. You give two types of knowledge to them. In ancient India was so great because they used to give two types of knowledge. This knowledge, at the same time the Vedic knowledge. They are expert in the external science, technology, medicine, and what not. You go to the ancient studies of those achievements. But they didn't end there. They gave parallelly two sides, another side. Chant the Upanishads, chant the spiritual text, and have the values of life. This is the secondary goal, this is the first goal. But you cannot go to the first goal, highest goal, unless you go to the secondary goal. That's why they allowed the household life, this after brahmacharya, after total celibate life, they used to teach that you go to the household life. Then enjoy the household life. And what this nonsense you go for from class 3rd grade, 2nd grade, all this sexual education, and afterwards you will achieve Brahma Jnana. Huh? Give them, they don't enjoy the adult life at all. Let them mature and then give them that science. No? That's why the Hinduism is so great, but it was all lost because of so many factors, or whatever. But give life all the openings and let the individual select the path, but not one-sided. We give one-sided experience of life, not the other side experience. So para and apara, two types of education is to be given. Ancient time, dve vidde veditavve. It has said that two types of knowledge are to be experienced or known. One is para, that supreme knowledge, jaya tadaksharam adhigammate, by which that immortal, imperishable reality can be experienced. Jaya tadaksharam adhigammate. And opera, Jadrik Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda, Jajur Veda, all these Vedas, ancillary and ancillary Vedas. Then you go to art, science, art, literature, everything included in that opera. That is not the para means the supreme, opera means the lesser than that. But both are vidya, both are knowledge. You have to go to enter into a school and go beyond that school. You don't remain in the school forever in your life. But you have to go through the school. So for general masses, this balance, what you call the brahmacharya life of celibacy, then entering into household life, second stage, third stage, you experience your life, see the fun and joy and responsibility of life, and get the all the good and bad, whatever comes in life, and then try to find what is the way out of it. So you become a mature person in one singular life. That was the science has been taught by the sages. So this is, and our tendency has grown because nobody has taught us that science. But had this society been equipped with that type of knowledge and wisdom and infrastructure, I say infrastructure. If the infrastructure was there, you give them highest science, technology, knowledge, everything, and also give them parallelly this wisdom so that they know what is what. Let the child decide which direction he will go. Don't make everyone monk. Don't try to convert everyone. Not give them freedom, but give them two types of food. You should give option, no? If you don't give any option, and what they will choose, what is only you are forcing to go, they will do that. So we are forced into the world of duality because from our childhood we have been taught, this is you. What they taught? Oh, you are a man, you are a boy. So boys don't look like that. Boy doesn't dress like that. Oh, you are a girl. You are like that. You will have to do like that. So everything is founded on given. And we are born in that culture and born in that way. And we identify ourselves in that. But these are the Upanishad. If we had the knowledge parallelly, then we can think, yes, this is one aspect. But there is some other aspect of life also. Then, according to the taste and tendency, they can improve much fast, and then that's why Swami Vivekananda wanted the best of the East and the best of the West, so that everyone will get the freedom to choose what will be beneficial for their spiritual growth or whatever be good there for their own life. So this is so it is we are bound like that because of our sanskaras. Sanskaras come because we are familiar with these things from our childhood. An unfamiliar thing is now trying to meditate, trying to detach, trying to analyze. Had we been trained as parallelly with this, then it will be spontaneous. So it can be done. That's why Swami Vivekananda said that I have come here to bring the religion, the spirituality which was in the forest into the society. Let this Vedanta be the religion of every home, in the office, in research centers, in the field where people are doing agriculture. Let everyone know this Vedanta. I want to bring the religion of the forest into the society. Boner Vedanta Ghare Ana. Actually, to bring the Vedanta which was restricted in the forest life, among the few sages and saints, I want to broadcast it among the masses. Let it be the religion of all. So that's why he brought in this country Vedantic teachings to the left and right, everywhere, every corner, nooks and corners of this country. And what we are seeing that only some seeds are flourishing here and there, and that is going on through yoga, to this and that, whatever is, just there is a step to move. Society took it, and they are making the effect of it. Okay, almost time is up. 5 minutes. If you have any question, any more?
I think I have a question here. I can think what it is. You said there's this dreaming person that's in the dream when I'm asleep, and when I'm awake, then there's a dreaming person who is awake, and I'm just dreaming through this life. And you said, what is the I that is awake? Is that?
We live in our I means this little I, identified with these few levels of our body, mind, emotion, intellect, ego. But there is that I connected with the inside, which is beyond. That becomes big I.
That's consciousness.
So that is the consciousness which is observing everything. Because that I, as I have given you the structure, you see the I is where? Near the self. Self is the central part, no? And near that first round shape is on your ego level. That's why when mind becomes pure, ego becomes pure, you see the self there. But even now I am not pure. But the warmth of that self, the light of that self, that is the consciousness.
The little self
is lighted by the light of this divine consciousness.
But it's a subject, and it's seeing objects.
Subject, so long you are saying,
I see you as an object.
but that your eye is also an object to you. To that your mind is also an object to you. When you meditate, you see mind running here and there. So I was restless. I tried to meditate, but my mind was running. So that eye, small eye, can also go so much to see the rattling of your mind.
So when the little eye drops away, there is a large eye, and it is
That large eye is always there.
that is the reality.
That's the reality.
How does that relate to Soham? I am.
No, that small eye say, I am not connected with mind, I am not connected, that I which is connected with the body, not that I which connected with emotion, but I am that which is unchanging behind. Mane, focusing this side or that side?
It's like the witness perspective.
Yeah.
Attacking the witness.
Who is the eternal witness? Relative small eye witnesses everything. Now small eye is talking. Through the help of your intellect, your mind, brain cells, neurons, nervous system, the tongue, the throat, the lips, all this being utilized because the small eye wants to express something. Now, if you disidentify on all this side, as I give the example, favorite example, you take a selfie, the eye will turn this side. Eye is turned this side now. That's why all the experiences, I know, I see, I ate, I talked, I smiled, I was happy, I was unhappy, all in this side. Now, take a selfie, turn it. This side is gone. So what happens? You are connected, seeing the self within, which is changeless, absolute. And if you can dive deep into that experience, this side will fall off. There is nothing. And you will feel that time, which you are seeing as the objective universe, it is also permeated with that same consciousness, which selfie gives the picture. But it is difficult to turn the camera from this side to that side. Our attachment is so much. You turn little bit, all your emotions will, no, I like it. Then I don't want to give up. See, all the Velcro noise will come. Velcro in your shoes, pull out, it makes a noise. No. It becomes so easy to attach. That's why Vedanta says, learn to attach, learn to detach. Because you are in the world, you will have to get attached. But learn immediately you can detach. That is the spiritual life. How quickly you can attach, how quickly you can take away. Yes.
Yes, Swami, how is ahamkara different than manas and buddhi? Because it seems like ahamkara is composed of thoughts and discrimination. So what is there in addition to that composes?
This is a very fine area. It is, how many times I say, it will be still in confusion. So you just think, where is your eye working? See,
So
now you are working.
Some sort of organizing principle?
Listen.
When we say ahamkara?
No, focus on this very thought. Now you are seeing, talking, experiencing the external world with the help of that eye. I see, I talk, I am questioning, I am answering, I is functioning here, is it not? Associated with all these external things. You drop all these things, major things of it, when you go to sleep. And then you go where? You dream. When you remain in dream, this physical heart, hand, feet, lungs, head, I am not aware. I am aware of my mind, what he has created. And you are observing. You say, I. Still, the same I who is now, that same I will be observing that I in a dream. And then when dream drops, then that I remains. You say, I slept. See, that what is I? I is separate from this physical body, etc., etc. Then mind, in your dream, only mind was functioning. When you are in the dream, you are working with the mind and someone is observing that. That also drops. Mind is gone. Then who is there standing to say, I had a sleep? So it is a very contemplative way of thinking. Intellectually, it is very difficult to express that I. But you can just understand, analyze your three states and see what is that I stands there. Some I is there. Otherwise, how do you say I had a good sleep? I slept well. But mind is not functioning there. Mind is almost sleeping. So, though mind, intellect, ego, and I always say the four are the functions of the same reality, but there are a little distinction, finer and finer and finer and finer responsibilities. And what is called our I, small I, that stands there in your sleep situation. When you are not dreaming, when you are not awakened in your experiences of the outside, but your I remains. Now you have to contemplate and find what is that I. What is that I?
Tough distinction because it seems in my mind to be mixed up with the Atman.
Our mind, Atman, we do not know.
Well,
We are
the
only
mind is
talking.
the ultimate observer, the subjective awareness.
Yeah, because your eye has no separate light. You have to borrow it from the big eye. From the main supply line, you will have to put a step-down transformer to get the light in our house. So our small eye is step-down transformer. Take it scientifically. Do I get it or not? The high voltage line is going on. What is the voltage in the line? Who can tell me?
Which line?
This line was going on the road.
110. Oh, this is 200.
200 or something, let's say 1000.
Yes.
Now you see in the high tension line, you see 11,000 volt is there.
Yes.
But how do you get this light? That comes from there itself. It is connected with that. So when it's connected to 110 volt, you come by step down. It's called step down transformer. To that step down transformer, that's a small ego. Your house light, everything is connected. Dislocate it, disconnect there. All the lights will be off. So it is all lighted because of the light of the 11,000 volt high tension line. Only to function here, our small eye step down that voltage into our workable voltage. That's 110 volt. Does it make any sense? Huh? We can understand a little bit how it is. Huh? Yeah, not that I can explain totally, but at least understandable intellectually. Yes, the high voltage line, million volt line going on, that's only the spiritual people like Ramakrishna can hold and express. We can express only 210 volt. Our capacity is this. For me to express that the high voltage is the supply line has come down and stepped down to my level. And that's called my eye, my meter. And that meter, that voltage, 110 volt is connected there. And how much bill is coming, your tax payment and all this is the body tax you give, going to hospital and then taking medicine and doing all these aches and pains. No, they are the billing of the electric line.
Well, what I understand from what you're saying is it sounds like you're describing a distinction between field consciousness and localized consciousness.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Om Shana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejashvinavagitamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you. Tomorrow we'll have our gospel class at 7:30.
Swami, is going to be Seva Privacy tomorrow?
Why tomorrow? You there? Check on my email. Why am I not here? Oh, tomorrow means board meeting, no? Check it, check it. Then I'll have to correct it. Tomorrow's date, find out. Wednesday.
25th and 7th.
Oh, tomorrow's 25th.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, tomorrow then the board meeting is there. That's why it will be. Okay. 25th is then. Okay. Then I'm free.
You're always free.
You are also free. No, you are not free. You are. You, if you can come to the class.